Good evening and welcome to Sydney Parade. You're here on Tuesday evening and so are we. This is a women's seconds game taking on Merrion seconds. Pembroke have won the toss and have decided to bat first. And we'll get names for faces as soon as we can. It's reached that time of day where the sun, well, there's a phrase we haven't heard too often this year. The sun is peeking through. There are shadows on the pitch at the moment. Both umpires are out there on the left of your screen with the sight screen behind him. Graham Mooney and the Merrion umpire. Oh, I don't have a name for him, but we'd like to thank them. We'd also like to thank our scorers today. I know that Graham Mooney is providing the live scoring whilst umpiring, although he seems to be a bit phoneless at the moment. There it is. Out comes the phone. As he heads off to square leg. And I suspect we'll see what the time delay is on live scoring now. Bowler's name. Now, what am I meant to be noticing here now? Is it something on this screen? Okay. Well, no sight screen, obviously. The sight screen they have, obviously, is black, so that's right. Becca's barn is there.
Confident of this one. It's now 6:30.
Yes.
They have not started early.
Finally, a game that's going to start at the scheduled time or beyond.
I was going to put up a start time question. Confidence in this.
So, Emma Mollin facing the first delivery, Isabel Jennings at the non-striker's end. Both players have featured for the first 11 this season and in previous years. Isabel Jennings is touted as one for the future. Emma Mollin more one for now. Yes, indeed. Niall has set everyone a little problem today. If you're watching this game, and one of you is, what will you notice about what's going on in the middle? Well, we start with a wide. The flower pots are up. Is that it? Okay. Boja, who involved in the Super Series this year. Bowling from the nursery end. Mullin plays it out. Turns down the chance of a single. This looks like it's going to be a bit different to the Heron Scarum we had yesterday. T10, the men's fourths, took part in. 72 wasn't a high enough score to prevent Pembroke winning that game. Nice action, getting nice away movement. You can see why She's getting involved in the Super Series now.
Here we go, Shiva.
Yeah, we'll mute that. Join the other 6 people online in muting the commentary. Overcast evening in Pembroke this evening, but I am in short sleeves. Rolled up sleeves. That'll give you some idea. I suspect for Peter Prendergast it will be t-shirt and shorts day.
Let's go, Shiva.
That explains it. You were very quiet.
Well, less quiet now. 2 runs on the board from the first 4 deliveries. Late with the shot on that one on this occasion, Mullin. I mean, the only thing I can see that's actually different... Oh, Peter's gone the full jeans and fleece. And he's obviously expecting cooler weather later on. Played away on the offside this time. There is a fielder out there. Comes in from Michael Sharp corner. Does the fielding. Keeps it to a single. First run off the bat. 3rd run on the total. One would have thought they'd had a long enough chat in the pavilion. It's the same with all openers, of course, and between overs. Nobody likes to feel lonely. Evening, Peter. That blur going across the screen then. Peter Prendergast heading off on his first of a few laps, I suspect. No hat this evening.
Oh my goodness, I missed that.
Is that what it was?
It just straight up and on right there.
Sammy the Seagull. I suspect a few of those cricket bags might have a few sweets in. Right in front of us here at the commentary position. He's a bit wary, but the lure of what might be. Oh, scuttles away again. This one just gets played out. You can see he's keen. He's smelt something that he wants. I don't know how keen a sense of smell they have. As in the match we're here to watch, him and Mullin turns round on one and plays it down to the chapel just outside the bar. Between the bar and the wall, isn't it, really, the chapel? That addition. I say addition, it's been there, oh, it must be 20, 25 years now. Evening, Eli. Nicely played away on the offside. Morrissey it is doing the fielding out on the fence for Merrion. Again played away on the offside. This time it beats the fielder and Morrissey won't be able to chase it down except to fetch it back from beyond the boundary. 4 runs, first 4, and Isabel Jennings off the mark with her very first shot. Ashwi Manoj into her first over. Another one played down to the boundary. This time a foot stops it, but it won't stop them picking up 2. The foot stop being efficient. Well, doing the job anyway. Completing the job, but perhaps not with the greatest of efficiency. Let them get back for a second. Playing back to that one. That's right, come forward. Playing back to that one a little bit on the risky side. Full toss and put away beautifully. Into the third over now. No change in bowling as yet from Merrion. Openers getting a couple, it looks like.
Here we go, Shiva. Bowling, Shiva.
Pembroke Seconds did win the toss this evening. Elected to bat.
Here we go, Shiva.
Spring Coatings Division 2 game this evening.
Let's go, Shiva.
Pembroke Seconds have lost 2 games, won 1, had 2 no results. They'll be looking for an improvement on that today. Merrion, on the other hand, also have played 5 games and only won 1. They've lost 4. That's how the league table Sprint Coatings Division 2 sits at the moment, with
Here we go, Shiva.
the Hills Women's Seconds at the bottom, Merrion in 7th, Leinster in 6th, Terranure in 5th, Pembroke in 4th. And none of those teams has won more than 1 game. Things tight at the bottom. The top 3, well, North Kildare have won 5 from 8. Clontarf have won 5 from 7. And Rush have won 5 from 5. And they're the 3 teams at the top of the Sprint Coatings Division 2. One ball left in the third over, just the 1 boundary coming from it so far. Cut away nicely, but straight to the field up behind point. And that ends the over, and that's 3 gone now. Not much to see in the Merrion card, but it gives you a chance to look through the rest of the names. This is the Pembroke card, of course. You see some familiar names in and about there. Not a lot happening, of course. Mullin 11 off 14, the top scorer at the moment. And there's the bowling figures for Merrion. Early days, and we'll wait and see what happens. And that's driven straight back down the ground into the stumps. I don't think the bowler got a touch to it. It wouldn't be out anyway because Isabel Jennings was safely home. Isabel down at fine leg, doing a fine job. Isabel light it is, down at square leg. Very square there. Nice delivery on the stumps and nicely defended, just kept out. 20 on the board now for Pembroke. Run rate, well, it's over 5 and it's below 6. Full toss, pummeled away But the fielder again at square leg, Isabel Light, doing a good job at getting it back into the keeper, but not before Eva Mullin had regained her ground. 4 overs gone now, 21 on the board. Eva Mullin, 12 off 16. And there's the one nicely flicked away. Unorthodox, not too many textbook shots would show that shot. And then one bit aerial and a good throw, but again Mullin making sure of the ground. And there's the one that crashed straight back into the stumps with no touch, with the bat safety there as well. Oh, I don't know if she was that safe. Good pace here. That one's slipping down the leg side.
Here we go, Shiva.
Evening, Greg. Greg, if you can go down the far end of that pile, it would be greatly appreciated. There's the Garda helicopter. You can hear in the background. Wide of the off stump. Front foot goes slightly across. Chance of a run out. The throw is wide though, which is probably to the benefit of Isabel Jennings. Never really seemed to reach a top speed there.
Here we go, Shiva.
Still haven't figured it out, have you?
No.
None of the viewers have either. At least none that have said. We have a few more now than when you said it last.
Down the leg side, past the keeper. It's running down towards the boundary, but third will get round to it. And as straight as it was, did well to cover that ground and get the ball back. Just one bye conceded on that occasion. And the score 25 without loss.
Let's go, Shiva.
Two balls left in the 5th over. You'll notice there are no rings, circles, discs. No such fielding restrictions here in Spring Coatings Division 2. And that one flies away to the boundary. Well, it got what it deserved, really. It was a little bit loose on the full. And Isabel Jennings not one to let that go lightly. Another one going down the leg side. Keeper can't do anything with it. And there's the one that was on the full. And Isabel Jennings onto that very quickly. Little aerial, but put it away. 5 overs gone. 29 without loss. First ball of the 6th over, full toss. Played away. Seems to be a difficulty on the sideline there. So Merrion temporarily down to 10 in the field. After that short delay, Pembroke fielder comes out so that Merrion will have a full complement in the field. And now play resumes. Ashwi Manoj into a third over. This one drifts onto the pads, is pulled round to square leg. They'll just take a single. Another single taken. Now that Merrion have the two fielders behind square on the leg side quite close together, no more than 25 yards between them. There they are meeting to stop that one reaching the boundary. Astute captaincy on behalf of Merrion. Isabel Jennings on a runner ball at the moment. Eamon Mullen not quite there. And another over completed, so that's 6 down now, 33 on the board. Pembroke going along quite nicely, and no loss of wickets, which always are quite important in those first 6 overs. This may be where we see our first change of bowling. Isabel Light it is, taking over at the nursery end. Evening. Well played, Isabel Jennings. Recognised a good delivery, just kept it out. No point chasing after runs at this stage. Well, that one was a bit short. Nice bit of fielding inside the circle, if there was a circle. Well, that's going to be no ball. Signalled as a wide.
Does it make any difference in this?
No. Holds the ball out in run up. Drags it down. Another wide signalled. It doesn't matter because it was a off the pitch delivery. 4 runs smacked away. Emma Mullin taking full advantage. She moves on to 18 now.
No free hits.
No. But if it was a cracking shot through extra cover from Mullin, she'll go on to 22 from 22, and she really seems to have put down her foot on the accelerator at an early stage. Seeing it well. No, it's just if it was a full toss beamer wide. But you're quite right, it didn't make any difference. This one just clipped away. The fielder will get there, having covered a fair bit of ground from the railway line boundary. Good work from Merrion in the field, but they've yet to make the breakthrough. 45 now. No wicket down. Coming to the end of the 7th over. Hear the wonderful sound of the seagulls. This one hit back towards Isabel Light. She put her hand up for it, but it was wide of that. It runs down towards Becca's shed, but doesn't make the fence. So it'll just be 2 more runs onto the total, 2 more for Isabel Jennings. And both bats are now scoring at a runner ball. Pembroke onto 47 without loss after 7 overs. And the run rate has gone above 6 and over. Be a change of bowling now at the St John's end as well. Yeah. Leg spinner on now. Lawler from the St John's end. Aisling Lawler. Oh, this one just evades the fielder. Outstretched hand for it. And Morrissey on the line couldn't intercept the delivery. I'm sure somebody would have corrected me by now. Well, that one's full and it's pulled away on the leg side, and even Eli Clark on his way to the bar, way back from the bar, couldn't take that. It was hit with such power. 4 more runs onto the total. Pembroke well into the 50s now. And the run rate has leapt above 7 and over on account of the last 2 deliveries. This one turns, but it's again reached the boundary with another 4. And Mullin is making hay. Sun shining for her though. She's moved on to 35 now. Aisling Lawler, a couple of dot balls in this over, but also a number of boundaries as well, and there's another one to complete it. 16 from the over, good over for Pembroke. The score has moved on to 63 off 8.
Not the greatest power coming up. Here we go.
was the one that was aerial, just got past the hand of the fielder. There. These two, well, they're having successful seasons, that's for sure. Isabel Jennings is averaging 38 before today with a highest score of 60. She has had 194 runs. Many congratulations to her on passing 200 runs tonight. And in fourth place on the list, amongst the Pembroke women, Emma Mullin. Well, she started tonight with 150 runs at an average of 75. She does like a good red inker, does Emma. Very hard to dislodge. Unsurprisingly, Orla Prendergast and Sarah Forbes are the top two. All are averaging at 57, 284 runs. Play back past the bowler on the offside. The fielder can't get to it, and that is going to be a very nice four. Spot selected. You have selected boundary. That's a super shot. Mullin moves on to 43 from just 30 deliveries, and she is feeling quite good at the moment. This one down the leg side. I think the umpire lets that go quite rightly. Could have hit that. Another one in the same spot also. And just unable to catch up to those. Perhaps this will be the secret of the success. And there's that lovely four, just pushed through the gap. No fielder in the vicinity once it got past the bowler. Tough chase to make. Back to live action. This one does go a bit wider. I don't know how the umpire is going to judge it. It's well fielded. Fielded right in front of the first team squad. Getting a few comments. Nicely fielded, well done, etc. This time it does reach the fielder. Doesn't escape. And that's a good over. There's the one that escaped. That ran away. Another change of bowling. And Vic. Again from the St John's end, right arm around. This one's cut away, square on the offside, and it reaches the fence. And 4 more runs, this time to Isabel Jennings. Hasn't had much of the strike recently. Well, Emma Mullin went on a rampage. She's now hit 9 fours. Has Emma Mullin. And that's the third for Isabel Jennings. 74 without loss. Going across the line on this occasion, perhaps the wrong delivery to do it to, but she's looking at the open space along Cyril's way. This one is signalled as wide. Making me flinch back here. Full toss. Chases after one that's wide, hits it out to the boundary. It'll just be a single. I think Isabel will just be delighted to step away from this at the moment. She's on the wrong side. Let's see if anyone notices this. Oh, there we do. So, Niall, what's the answer to the question? What has changed?
Oh, it'll come to you. At some point, something will.
That one's played away. And runs down to the scorers. 4 more onto the total, moves on to 80, and that's halfway mark for Pembroke. 10 overs gone, and 80 runs on the board. Well, undoubtedly the stars of the show so far have been these two. I think I sent an email to Cricket Clubs this morning asking how do I add pictures. But there are the contributions as they are at the moment. That's part of the reason Pembroke are now on 80. Right, Hayden coming back in now. Full length, played away. Down to fine leg. Brings Emma Mullin on strike. And hits that one out in the offside. No run on this occasion, just runs up to the fielder. On 47, and 10 of 40 of those have come from boundaries. And there's another one, and that's the way to get to your 50. Cracked through the covers. 4 runs and a half century for Emma Mullin. Another one with the great celebration. Go on, Emma. Almost blushing at having reached a half century. Now she needs to carry on if she can get to the half century in this over. And surely a century could be on the cards for her. And the ball comes back now. It's back in the bowler's hands. Good to see Cheeky contributing to the chat this evening. I thought you might have been down. Oh, I suppose you're away. That's why you're not playing, is it? Or are you up on the bench? In the air. down towards third. Fielder will come round and collect it. But they're going to take 2 anyway. Mullen seems to be allergic to singles. Cheeky's not playing today because she's working, she informs us on the live chat. Well, may I suggest you're not doing a huge amount of work if you're watching this. And that was Emma Mullins, beautiful shot through the covers, and that's her with the big celebration, exuberance personified, bobbling over. There we go. Oh my goodness, acknowledgement of the 50. She must get one every week or every time she bats or something. Now, back to the live action. Going across the right-hander, the angle not really helping her. Another one that's wide, another one that's signal wide. This one is missed by the keeper as well, so Pembroke will pick up 2 and they'll move on to 90. What? I mean, the grass is still green now, you know. Another one gets through to the keeper. This one comes off more the edge of the bat than anything else, but it's going to run away to the boundary. Add 4 more to the total. 4 more for Pembroke. And Emma Mullin continues along her merry way. 57 now. How are you, Ethan? Grand. They're going very well today. These two, Emma Mullin, 57 from just 42 deliveries. She has really hit that one with some good power into the leg side. The fielder from the boundary can get that and keep it to a single. 2 balls remaining in this, the 12th over. It's not exactly a summer's evening, but it's not raining and it's not even that cloudy. Good brightness at the moment. A few people have made it down along the wall and in front of the chapel.
Another animal inspected the bags.
Being encouraged, I thought you were playing. Being encouraged to wee on the Pembroke bags, was he?
She wouldn't do anything like that.
Just mistimed slightly.
She just distracts. She just goes and shows love and distracts.
Played back down the pitch. Dot ball. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that one swung on round to the leg side, but again that fielder down at square leg. Isabel Light is doing a fabulous job. I presume that's still Isabel down there. You can see why she's rated so highly, not only in the Merrion club. Are you one of my viewers, are you?
No, I'm watching the 100.
What? Unbelievable. So 99 on the board. 12 overs gone. How does it look on the worm? Since Nana's given me the capability on my phone to show you these graphics. You just can't stop me now. But you can see how it's picked up. Ignore that bit clipping over at the top. That's just the next over. There hasn't quite had a chance to score any runs. So a good graph for Pembroke at the moment. No dots, no wickets down. 99 on the board. One more for the partnership. Tossed high in the air, hit out to the boundary, and it beats both players, but stays in the field of play. Two more, and that is quite magnificent partnership. Partnership of 101, coming from 73 balls. Emma Mullins, 61 of those, and Isabel Jennings, great support with 24. Many congratulations to the two women. Been pretty chanceless. Occasional aerial shot has been near a fielder, but no chances, I'd say, at this stage. Emma Beamish it is, who's come on at the nursery in an attempt to stem the flow, but already 6 from her first 2 deliveries. And Mullin, well, she's enjoying herself now. We said that before today's game she was at 150. She's also gone past 200 now, of course. Confusing herself a bit there, I think. Plenty of height from Beamish. Mullin just waited, got it on the bounce, steered it round the corner, took the single. Mullin moves on to 66 now. Full toss is pulled away. Nice fielding on the bounce, first bounce. Nice work out there. Keeps it to a single. Not quite as much air on that delivery. Played down to third. A late decision to turn down the second was the right decision. End of the over, 13 gone now. Quick, just while they change the bowling, quick check on the card. You can see there's plenty of batting to come. But at the moment, Mullin and Jennings, well, they're hogging it all. 13 overs now. Emma Mullin. I'm sure the thought hasn't even crossed her mind. No, you got a cable recently for my phone. Brennan now to open her bowling. Merrion going to try a few now at this stage. They haven't made the breakthrough. There's still the best part of 7 overs remaining. How high do you think Pembroke are going to go?
Meant to get left down there.
Ah. This one into the shot too early, comes off the toe end of the bat. You've got more time than you think, Isabel. This one's gone straight up in the air. It's a chance at a catch. Oh, it's just slipped out of the hands. Coming over the shoulder, running back to try and take it. That's a shame. The first chance. And it's Isabel Jennings who benefits from it. Good effort, made the ground, got there, but unfortunately couldn't complete the catch. Breen, you're going off with a runner as well. And it's not your... Breen, there's a runner. Fielded on the railway line side, saves runs, saves two of them, super bit of work. With your hands down your shorts as usual. And finally the stand is broken. Emma Mullin falls for 70. One on the stumps. She just waved her bat at it a little bit, and that meant that she's departed. And that's her first wicket, and it's Brennan that takes it. Aoife Brennan is the one who finally makes the breakthrough for Merrion. Be nice if I showed you the right card, but that's my stupidity. 14 overs gone then, 113 for one. Aoife Brennan it is who makes the breakthrough, and she does it with this. Oh no, that's the one that made good ground, but hands were a little hard perhaps. Just a little bit of give, and then this one was beautifully played out, but super piece of fielding down there on the rope, kept it inside, and then one on the stumps just past the edge of the bat. Well, that one's got from and found the boundary. Zoe Bell straight away into the runs. Well, it's not Zoe, is it? It's Isabel, because they ended the over. And Emma Beamish, her figure's now 13 from 7 deliveries. Jennings cuts one away on the offside, calls through for the single. The single is taken. And that will bring Bell on the strike. That was the one that struck away. Down on one knee, sweeps. Two fielders converging. They will get to it. And they keep it to a single too. Fine fielding down there. Good teamwork amongst the Merrion players. Bell off the mark, 1 off 1.
When you hit him on the deck, you gotta... I started hitting a few through the covers on the deck.
Jogging through for another single. That one just about gets through. 7 off the over, a good over from Beamish. Just that one boundary at the start, which kind of put the pressure on her, but she pulled it back well with just another 3 singles coming from the remaining 5 deliveries. 0 for 16 off her 2. And Pembroke now 120 from 15 overs, going along at 8 and over. So what does anyone think a final score will be? 5 overs to go. Jennings well in. Bell just newly to the crease after the contribution of Eva Mullin. Tucked around the corner. They get through for a single. These two, well, they seem to have picked up the pace with regards to singles. Mullin it was who was peppering the boundaries. Oh, she scored at least 10. Nicely played away by Bell, round the corner, takes a single. Looks for a second, not there, but good that you run the first one quick. It at least gives you the opportunity of looking for a second. Well, Philip Byrne has arrived. Oh, he may have been. Probably been here for hours. He's away on the offside. No run on this occasion. This is what Merrion need now. A few tight overs. Jennings in through for the single, even inside the ring.
Listen to them.
No, I can't actually hear them. Boundary Rider's got some work to do there and does it brilliantly. Isabel Light with the fielding moment of the day so far, running full pelt down the sidelines, put a hand down, grabbed the ball, pirouetted, threw it back in. Couldn't stop the single, but a lovely, neat bit of fielding. It is over, 5 coming from it. I'm guessing the total's going to end up being around. It's a beautiful piece of fielding. Even waited to see which end it needed to be thrown to, not just a blind throw. Comes forward, takes it on the full, pumps it down towards the Willfield Road gate, and that's where it's going to end up. 4 more to the total.
Larry, this one?
Oh, sorry, shit, throw it that other ball.
Beamish gives it plenty of air again. The bats having to create their own force, their own power into the delivery to try and get it away. Nicely played away on the leg side, lofted around the corner to get it to the rope, and the rope it reaches, beating the fielder's outstretched foot. 4 more for Bell, her first boundary, 4 more for the total. 3.5 overs to go, 134. Has anybody sent in a guess? James Cresswell, 154. Do you know, James? I think that's a super guess. I think you're there or thereabouts. Niall says 195. double the score now, Niall.
Might be a bit late to double it.
Wide on this occasion.
We're a bit late for them.
You can still give us your prediction if you want, Eli.
I'll go with 193. 193.
You're joking, of course. There's only 3 overs left.
That's how they say good fun.
Do you think they're going to get...
Gee, 'cause I thought I said 13 over.
Nearly 17 overs gone now. 3 overs to go.
Again, who are your sweet
13 over.
Lifted out onto the leg side, not there for the catch, but the fielder will prevent the boundary. I suppose that's fair overall. I won't take the boundary and you won't take the catch. It works out to everybody's advantages, doesn't it? Isabel Jennings has moved on to 40 off 40. She's accelerated since the departure of Mullin. Nice bit of fielding in the ring. Did well to stop that. Jennings is on the rampage now. She wants to get there or thereabouts. She wants to chase the ball. End of the over. She's done enough to retain the strike.
It's now mid-wicket, mate. You've now mid-wicket. I'm getting 2 then.
Nice shot, just lifted around the corner quite deliberately. And that's what brought the boundary for Pembroke and for Zoe Bell. Coming down the track, take it on the full. And there's the nice fielding. And hands. Lovely to see the hands go down.
Who's your 45 storm? That one or that?
Power down the ground this time to Cow Corner. It's going to hit the fence at the deep end of Cyril's way. 4 more onto the total. And Isabel Jennings now closing in on a half century as well. And how well deserved that would be. Been there since the start and yet has only faced 7 overs of the 17.
That's just straight ball, mate.
42 deliveries to get to her 45. This one swept around the corner. It'll just be a single. There are 2 fielders down there, backing each other up.
There's Mum. Feel like you're better than that now.
Aoife Brennan, the only wicket taker amongst the Merrion bowlers at the moment. Cut away on the offside, and the boundary rider can't get to that one. Another boundary for Bell.
That's 4. That's 3. That's 4.
And 150,
Pembroke, that's 4. Good.
154, James suddenly looks on the light side.
Go, Sunfire.
Most disappointed with your guess as well.
Standing on boys with flat.
It's only 1 number. Played away on the offside, but just inside the ring. Dot ball, already 9 from the over. This time just push down the ground, no single taken, no call heard.
Call it 2 for argument's sake. 6 to stay.
In the air on the offside, but finds the gap. The fielder from the fence comes in.
All that stuff is there.
18 overs gone, 2 remain. Niall will show us a couple of replays from that over, including that 4 that really nobody was in the vicinity. Well, the Seagull had the best chance. He docked out of that one and headed off the other way. Nice bit of camera work, Niall. And then that one that beat the fielder and raced away for another boundary for Bell. She's on 13 off 12. As the opener comes back for her final over. Oh, the catch is taken on the offside and Bell perishes in the pursuit of quick runs. Second wicket gone. Not a good stand. But a nice catch taken at point. Sees the departure of Zoe Bell. It looked good the time she was in. Got on with things quite quickly. And provided good support and another good stand between herself and Isabel Jennings. 11 balls remaining now. 154. James, the only one to put a target in, apart from 193, which I think is going to be a bit too much. It was there to be hit, lifted into the offside, and then as she looked, she saw the fielder there and knew her fate was sealed. Nice catch off the eye line, brings it down quite nicely, and that will bring Izzy McLean to the middle. Lets that one go for another wide.
Here we go, Shiva!
Did you hear the two Merrion lads on commentary yesterday?
Yeah, I did.
Not bad for their first attempt, was it?
Wasn't bad at all.
You haven't done any for a long time.
Has to be 2-3 years.
2 years anyway. Big swing of the bat this time. And suddenly James's 154 is back in the equation. This one very full. Gets away with that somewhat, but it's another dot ball, and this is proving to be a very good over for Merrion. Wicket with the first ball. Since then, just a wide and 3 dots. This time she does connect. It goes straight to the fielder. They look for the quick run and they get home, but a direct hit would have seen a different result. Isabel Jennings now on strike for the final ball of this over, and then there's only one more over to go, and she is on 46. How we'd love her to see her get to the half century. Well, Shiva finishes out her spell, 17 for 1 off her 4 overs. And that's excellent work from her. So just going into the final over of the Pembroke innings now. We'll have a look at the worm and see how this innings has progressed. And you can see the effect that those dots have. They do tend to slow the run rate down a bit. Although Bell and Jennings picked it up again towards the end of their partnership. Final over then. It'll be Aoife Brennan. She's taken one of the 2 wickets to fall, that of Emer Mullin. That's a super ball to start with. Dot ball for that. James 154 might be right on the nose here. It's certainly within a roar. Played away on the offside, but there is a fielder out there. That will just be a single, and that brings up the 150 for Pembroke. Brings Isabel Jennings back on strike. She has 4 deliveries, and she's looking for 4 runs. Cuts that one straight to the fielder at point. Dot ball. The scoreboard slightly different. This one she hits down the ground, but there's a fielder there, although it hits the fielder on the foot and runs away again, and they should have at least tried for a second. A slight difference between the scoreboard behind us and live scoring in front of us. We will get everything clarified at the break, as this one gets played straight to mid-on. They get through for the single. McLean does her job. McLean. And now Isabel Jennings with one ball to face, and she's on 47. And that one's hit down the ground, but there is a fielder there. They go for the run out. The direct hit doesn't get there. They get one. They get two. And this is where now it's going to get very interesting, because according to the sideline and according to the scoreboard, Isabel Jennings has recorded a 50 off the last delivery of the innings, and we will find out what the final total is. And James Cresswell is today's winner. He's hit 154. The score on your screen is 154. We'll get that clarified as to how it goes, how it went, and we'll find out what the target is later. I'm sure Niall has an innings worth of replays to show you, but for me, I'm going to take a short break. Coffee.
Kimley. Go, Kimley.
Well, as I make my way back to the mic, having gone to get myself a cup of tea. Oh, that one slides down the leg side. Missed the first two deliveries. Didn't seem to have missed much. And after some discussion between the scorers and the umpires, the target has been set at 155.
That's not the important question.
No, the important question is, did she get her half century? This one lifted out onto the leg side, past the fielder in the ring. It's going to reach the boundary. It races away, and that's a super shot and a great way for Merrion to get underway, really. Cunningham it is, playing a lovely shot. On drive, little aerial, but not very. And once it got past Anna Bill, it raced away. Georgia Beattie was the one who chased it down, but all she could do was fetch it from beyond the rope. Much better delivery, perhaps just going down the leg side. The polite inquiry of the umpire, nothing more. There's the nice shot out to the leg side. Lifted just to the right spot, really. And then it ran away to the boundary. Always nice to see as a bat in the first over. One just coming off the middle. That's the first over done. Yeah, I meant to do it at the break. Actually. Cricket Leinster disciplinary meeting on at the moment. Meant I had to make my own tea. Farry Nickel will open the bowling from the St John's end, the end that Graham Mooney is umpiring at. Well, taking guard outside off stump.
Do you know what level you're at anymore?
Cunningham taking guard outside off. Comes back round to that one. It is fielded. Powered away on the leg side. It's running out towards the boundary and reaches the fence despite... No? Oh. In which case, Anna Lynn's fielding. Fabulous commitment to the cause. No, don't replay it until the decision is made. They're all lining up to get you now, aren't they? Hip down the ground. That's a beautiful shot. That's going 4 all the way. Super stuff. Sun doing its best to peek through the clouds at the moment. How did that go, Joe? Yeah. Another one down the ground, another super shot, and it builds the diving fielders, and 4 more runs. And this is a very good over. Brennan displaying some beautiful straight drives. That brings a change in the field. Mid on comes back to long on. And this one dragged down short and pulled out square on the square leg. And Lynn McDonald doing the fielding. No pressure there. She's got Shauna Kavanagh giving her advice, and behind her sat her parents. So she'll be delighted that that one didn't get through. And after 2 overs, the score has gone on to 18 without loss. Yeah. And then these beautiful straight drive. Oh, nifty bit of footwork, Mr. Mooney. This time just steps out of the way and watches it head off to the boundary despite the despairing dive of Kimberly McDonald. Frey Nichols over, going for 12 runs. Driven straight again. Well, that's loose. But not put away. In fact, she missed it, and it's taken the leg stump bail.
Oh no, who got it? Nobody. No, someone. I think it's okay.
3 of the Merrion players walking straight past the microphones. Ladies, those big grey things there are microphones. So when you stand there standing, oh, somebody's out. Who's out? What? I could hear everything. So just be aware that when you're near that, you're on mic. There's no problem at all. You didn't swear. First wicket has fallen then, 18 on the board. You see it swerving back in, and it just careered into the leg stump. I thought it'd come off a pad, but it careered into the leg stump. That's a far better view. And you can see, and the first wicket falls with 18 on the board, and Cunningham departs. Oh, it looks like Joe got new runners for the new fitness regime. Life scoring a little bit behind at the moment. Much better delivery, and that's the one that doesn't take a wicket. Previous delivery was a little high, encouraged the hook shot or the pull shot, but it was missed and it went through to the stumps. Ah, there. Cheeky finally arrives at the ground, having been at work earlier on, watching the game on YouTube. That's the ball that took a wicket earlier, and that's what it should have happened to it. It gets played away. They take the single. And live scoring has just fallen apart a little bit now. Slowly but surely, he's catching up. feels he's there now. Graham Mooney combining roles of live scorer and umpire. This one on the stumps is pulled away again, down towards the Wheelfield Road gate, where it's fielded by two of the Merrion players on their lap. You're clocking up the mileage tonight. Oh. 28 for 1 after 3. Merrion certainly up with the scoring rate required.
Did you think it did?
Oh, we were in line with
Just look at the replay. I'm passing no comment, but just look at the replay. However, I don't blame the fielder at all because her head was buried in the mud. She couldn't see it. She couldn't see it, and then her body obscured it. If you lose by 2 runs, then we'll put together the evidence package.
Have words of Graham.
Going along at 8 and over. Oh, that one. Well, that just seems to take everything on. Very nickel into a second over. First one proving a little bit expensive, but now she has Isabel Light facing. Chasing one outside the off. That one given as a wide. Don't suppose you found the cable, did you?
Oh, I forgot all about it.
I know.
Maybe.
That one just played away from just outside leg stump down to third. A shot that carries some degree of risk with it. This one again driven down the ground, but the field having been reset for precisely that shot. Only a single this time. Graham Mooney again demonstrating his twinkle toes. Graham, of course, who took part in the Strictly Come Dancing event we had down here a number of years ago. Fair play to him. When it comes to dancing, I have to say I have 2 left feet that haven't been introduced to each other. Played away to third again. Like running the first one quickly, considers a second, wisely decides against it.
Price now is going to be to check the string.
Back of the monitor, I'd have thought, would have been the easiest, is it? Or will it stretch across? Much better over from Very Nickel. Just 4 coming off the second one. And we'll just have a look at a comparison of the 2 teams.
the braces to check the screen.
Played away out on the offside. Change of bowling. Anna Beale it is on at the nursery end now. Anna with a ribbon today. Very distinct. A call for the run as soon as it beat the fielder and it raced away to the fence. No need to call at all. Flew away. 4 more runs. Another one played to the offside. Another one that's racing away to the boundary. And it gets there. Another 4. And Pembroke are going to have to plug that gap. They did it for Very Nickel. Once there were 2 driven 4s. Somebody went back to the fence. And I think, yes, the change has been made in the field now. And quite sensible it is too. Anna Beale sending fielder. Straighter ball, again played away on the offside. Isabel Jennings it is, does the fielding. Better ball from Beale. No, mine's fine. It says 3. Many congratulations to James Cresswell. He had his crystal ball out earlier on. He predicted that Pembroke would end up on 154. Oh, Isabel Jennings with a fine stop, fine use of the hands. Dot ball to finish the over. 5 gone, 37 on the board. Lovely shot for 4, just punched through the gap. And that's what ended up making the change in the field. Change of bowling now. Zoe Bell coming on. First ball, single played for, single taken. Bell won't mind that too much. Just about 8 and over required now for Merrion for the rest of this game. This one in the air. Anna Beale chasing after it, but Anna Lynn McDonald is the one who does the fielding. Gets it back into Bell. Another single. And the required rate has now hit 8 and over. 39 for 1. This time played out on the offside, and it'll just be a single again, and Pembroke won't mind singles. You see, even a single added to the score. The run rate required creeping up. This one hit down the ground. Very Nickel does the fielding. They let them have the single. This one very much on the full. Goes through to the keeper. It's a dot ball. Free hit, really. No contact made. 6 overs gone, 41 on the board. Merrion still require another 114 with 14 overs remaining. For mathematicians amongst you, you can see at the bottom of your screen that they need to do that at 8.14 runs per over. A little bit of a sunset here at Sydney Parade now. The sun is sort of illuminating some clouds, I think is the best thing you could say about it. It's not particularly warm, but it's not particularly cold either.
See you, viewers.
See you soon, Paul. Anna Bill for her second over. That one gets past the keeper. Very Nickel will do well to catch it, and in fact, it's one of her teammates. Gets the ball back in, and 2 byes. Dealing in hundreds of a run at the moment. Hit firmly back at the bowler. It got past her, but the fielder behind her doing a super little job. Anna Darcy doing the fielding there for Pembroke. Played away on the offside this time, but run machine Emma Mullin picks it up cleanly, prevents any run being taken. 70 with the bat today, making a season's total over 200. This one, oh, nice catch. Kim Lee McDonald moving well to her left. Hands extended, took the catch, soft hands, it didn't bounce out, and that's a super catch and a wicket for Anna Beale. She now has 1 for 10 in 10 balls, and Kim Lee McDonald has a catch. 2 wickets down, 44 on the board. As Pembroke seconds look to establish themselves firmly as a middle of the table side. Here is the replay of that dismissal. Pulled out onto the leg side, but she took it in shot. Look, she's ready to pounce. As soon as it goes, she's off. Arms extended, super catch. Well, she'll be delighted with that, and any Pembroke viewers also delighted with that catch. Anna Beale picks up her first wicket with the courtesy of a wonderful running catch inside the ring. Well, Aoife Brennan has been there since the start. 40 deliveries have been bowled. And there it is again, just seeing her come into the screen. No one likes that bit of camera work from the static camera. Two balls to come in this, the 7th over. Anna Beale now bowling to England. Played away down to third quite nicely. Abigail, England gets off the mark straight away. Merrion finding themselves in a little bit of difficulty with the loss of those 2 early wickets. Remember, Pembroke had an opening stand of about 100, I think it was 113. Another stand of 34. As well as Emma Mullins 70. Isabel Jennings scored 49 or 50, depending on which report you read.
You never answered that question. Mystery.
Hit straight back past Anna Beale. Her hand going up was to wave it goodbye because it certainly wasn't going to catch it. But the over is done. 5 runs added to the score, but quite importantly, wicket falling as well. 46 for 2 then after 7 overs. first team squad have finished their training and all heading off.
This is much for Graham.
Graham's at square leg.
Oh no, sorry.
But the other umpire did have to take evasive action. And Zoe Bell now into her second over. The first one only cost 4 runs. Oh, dragged that one up. It didn't get up very high. And they take 2 to the misfield. Seagulls still making their evening noise. This one, well, it took the inside edge, and that's what prevented the swing of the bat to be successful. Nice shot out onto the leg side, but the fielder there, she's done a super job all afternoon. Anna Lynn again. This one on this occasion is swept to the boundary with aplomb. One just tapped out on the offside. They take on the single and they get that. Anna Bill has shed her jumper, takes it to the sideline, gives it to the colder people. The second session of nets starts now. Stumpy session.
Gotta have them moved, mics.
Yeah. You hear the dulcet tones of an electric vehicle reversing. Well, Annabelle picked up a wicket and a second over. Abigail England on strike now. Bill coming in from the nursery end. Very distinctive bowling action. Very successful over the years as well. Some played on the offside. Isabel Jennings does the fielding. Suddenly, Merrion just require 100 from 69 deliveries. On the stumps, played out on the leg side, drops in front of the fielder. Another single taken. That won't concern Pembroke too much. I consider that to be even better. Just 2 runs from this Anna Beale over so far.
Took Eli about 5 seconds to spot the difference.
This one dug out nicely. Another good delivery from Bill to close out her 3rd over. 1 for 14 now, and the run rate required now up to 9 and over from the remaining 11 overs. While we look at the Merrion bench, there's the worm. You can see Merrion were ahead of the blue line of Pembroke. And as I say, don't worry about the last over. That's just because we're now ready. Swept away. Anna Lynn again saving runs on that boundary. I reckon she saved a dozen runs over there already. Zoe Bell getting very used to bowling these middle overs. Another one right on the stumps, pulled away. And again, Anna Lynn keeping it to a single. Oh, did you mean to be on that camera when you swung then? Oh, gets through the fielder. Two runs, but a good recovery. And Bill does the fielding to keep that one to a dot. The hands went up. Barry Nicol committing everything to preventing it reaching the rope. Top work. Super piece of fielding. Well fielded, Barry. So at the halfway mark now. Super piece of fielding, that. I thought it was going to spin back to the rope as well, but she took all the momentum out of it. And now a change of bowling from the nursery end. Full length ball to start with for Beattie. Inside edge onto the pads, just runs away. Good start for BT Spell. Well dug out, powered down the ground, and a Bill will stop a second run there. Well, that's the delivery. Abigail England staying back to that one. It got past the defences and ran into the stumps. And that's a third wicket down, the score on 64 as Abigail England departs, having scored 8 from her 12 balls. Beattie now with figures, enviable figures of 1 for 1 in her first over. And Merrion, well, they're scoring at a rate of 6 and over, but they need over, well, they need exactly 9 3/4. Just stay back, no foot movement. And got through the shot too early. And the ball went past her. And all that was left to stop the ball's progress was the stumps. 1 for 1 for Beattie, 64 for 3 for Merrion. It looks like it will be Pembroke that will cement their place mid-table with 2 wins out of 6.
You haven't learnt.
And Beamish, the new bat to the crease. Oh, a good full-length delivery from Beattie, and that has been a fine over. 1 for 2. On a personal note, she'll be delighted, but the team as well. They'll be able to work out now that with 9 overs to go and 90 runs required, well, the run rate has worked its way into double figures. Georgia Beattie has now taken 10 wickets this season and is 6 behind Sarah Forbes. Nice aerial hit over to Cyril's way. It makes its way to the fence. 4 more runs onto the total. Would you not let Jake bowl, no? You big meanies. I mean, you let Rafe bowl. Zoe Bell to finish her final over of this spell. That one hit straight back at her. They'll take the single. Zoe, who before tonight had 7 wickets. Looking for that full length again. Turned into a full toss. Pulled around the corner by Brennan. She moves on to 38. Or 37. Graham's quicker than I thought. Big swing at that one, and it was missed by everybody. And it's going to run down towards the flagpoles. You can see Graham Mooney, he's going to signal something, and he signals buys. Nice shot in the slot for her. Emma Mullin with clean pair of hands. That's the over, that's the spell. 0 for 25 tonight for Zoe Bell. Nice four that was. Pembroke fielders high-fiving each other, or low-fiving each other as they met. Ooh. Oh, the mating pair are back again. He's after her again. He's persistent, I'll give him that. Georgia Beattie then for a second over. The first one was very successful. Just 2 runs came from it, and she picked up the wicket as well. More of the same would be delightful. This one is dug out well. Played out to Anna Beale. The sun doing its best to peek through a hole in the clouds. It's going to suddenly burst forth across the ground. I can just sense it. It won't last long, but when it does, it'll be glorious. Another one straight to Anna Beale. Another one who uses her hands beautifully. Pounces on the ball. Lee and Claire and Dog interested viewing from the boundary. Played away through the ring. But Anna Lynn again saving runs galore tonight. Keeper deflects it to the fielder. Quite a smart move. Couldn't stop it herself, but directed it beautifully to a fielder to prevent any run being taken. You can see it there on Niall's wide shot, just how the sun is trying to peek through and illuminate this game. It's definitely getting brighter. You can sense the light. Oh, onto that shot far too early. It came off the toe end of the bat and just, well, ended up in the hands of Emma Mullin. Just off your shot there. Hit down the ground, in the air, a bit of spin on it, but the fielder was behind it enough. And that's the end of the over. 13 gone, score now 78 for 3. And the run rate required very nicely has gone to 11 runs exactly per over. Just to see the comparison. between the two sides. You can see Merrion at one stage, up until over 7, were either above or level with Pembroke. And since then, that fall of that second wicket, well, it's been a hard slog for them. They're doing their best to try and keep up, and they are scoring at a good rate. But it won't be enough. Something has to change. Oh, I can actually see the sun. It's burning my eyes. I'll be complaining in a minute that I can't see anything. Now look at the difference that makes. The sunshine beaming through, people having to put hands up. Here comes the sun. And how many of you out there just went and did the music? Hit down the ground, they'll take a single. Lucy Deegan has been busy in the field tonight and done a super job. This one's in the air, out towards Cal. Seagull gets out of the way. Kim Lee gets in the way. They get back for second. Off the pads. Merrion understands the urgency required now. Brennan is in the 40s. That one didn't get up at all, certainly not as much as Brennan thought it was. Played right over the top of that one. It got through to the keeper. Nice ball. Another dot ball. We're now reaching that stage in the innings where that run rate required is starting to jump in chunks rather than in hundreds and thousands. Oh, sharp chance. Jennings doing well to get hands to that at all. It is the end of the over. Very Nichols third, 9 for 19 for her. And with 6 overs remaining, Merrion find themselves 82 for 3. Scoring at just about close enough to a run a ball so far. Unfortunately, they now need over 2 a ball for the next 6 overs. Tough ask for an over. Tough ask to sustain it for 36 deliveries. Fired at her. Did awfully well to get hands down to it. Yes, it was brief. Glorious, but brief. But the sun now ducking behind another bank of cloud, and it's maybe a bank of cloud that actually contains something. Marlin does the fielding. 6 overs, so I'd say, what, 20, 25 minutes? I don't know. It's going to be a tight run thing. Lovely shot behind square on the off. Runs into the fence, just square of the wicket. Curved its way around the fielder and found the fence quite comfortably. Lovely shot. Bowling into the pads, always going down the leg side if it wasn't impact outside leg stump. Tapped away. They take the single. This is the time of night where I find the pink ball particularly difficult to pick up.
I don't know that red would be any better.
Oh no, I could pick up red better. The pink shimmers, you see, for me. And then you can't define the edge of the ball.
Yeah, the red just disappears.
Yeah, but I look at black shapes for that. Another nice bit of fielding on the boundary, putting everything behind it. And another over slips by. Just 5 remain now. That was the shot for 4, and a nice shot it was too. Change of bowling at the St John's end.
Merrion kind of ruined the perfection of the change for tonight, but somebody's taken advantage of it now. Say it took me like 5 seconds.
Well dug out there, call through for a single. Who can I see? Him. Oh, that one's a bit wide. Oh, you.
No, but close. Hints are getting thicker and thicker.
Go, Kimley!
Called through quickly. And they get home safely. Leg by.
There's very few people in the shot.
Go, Kimley!
No, I don't get it at all. Back to the game. Kim Lee. Slashing bat. Oh. One fielder slipped.
Go, Kimley!
Annabelle making up for the slip on the last delivery with a clean bit of fielding. Brennan finds herself on 48 now. That's the ball. Keeps the bat back there. Another dot ball. Finishes the over. Graham heads off at pace to square leg. Graham Mooney, Pembroke's umpire for the evening, and also providing us here with the live scoring. There's the Annabelle. Well, slide. But no replay of her really good bit of fielding that came straight after that. Annabelle to bowl a fifth over. Just 4 overs remaining now. Lads, is somebody sitting on the sight screen?
Yeah.
Because I will go down there and thump somebody. Every time he farts, the screen moves. Brennan on 49 now from just 44 deliveries. It'll be a well-deserved half-century. She's worked hard for it. And called well too. Rach leaping at this stage. Oh, they're taking runs to everything now. And that's the half-century for Aoife Brennan. She was a wicket-taker in the first innings, and now she has reached her half-century in the second. And again, another celebration that really, something that the women's game is going to have to look at. And I mean that sort of from, and encourage people to celebrate these things, their achievements. I mean, I've known blokes who've got on 3-day benders because they got a half-century or took 3 wickets. I know there's, you know, not wanting to be the tallest grass in the meadow, but if you manage something worth celebrating, then do celebrate. I mean, some of the appealing as well is more politeness than anything else. It doesn't carry the same testosterone-fueled appealing of some of the male teams. That one just getting past the stumps. And then she called through. 100 up for Merrion now. 100 for 3. They've batted very well. Aoife Brennan has provided half of those. 3 overs to go though, and they still require 55, so it's unlikely they're going to reach that. Brennan has reached her landmark, picks up a wicket with her very first ball. It was a little wide. The Merrion bats know that they have to go after absolutely everything. She cut underneath it, it flew up on the offside, and Isabel Jennings was there to take a super catch. And Annalyn MacDonald joins the Pembroke wicket takers this evening, and she'll be delighted with that. Sister toiled opening the bowling. Kim Lee, 1 for 18 off 3 overs. Very Nickel, 0 for 19. Anna Bill, 1 for 24. Zoe Bell, 0 for 25. And then Georgia Beattie, 1 for 6 off 2. And now Anna Lynn McDonald, 1 wicket, 1 ball. 4 down, 100 on the board, 55 required from 17 deliveries. So we'll stop even mentioning that and see how the rest of this over goes. For an umpire that was giving out to the Pembroke players and asking them to hurry up a bit, Graham strolling back to position. Well, that was just a full toss and pulled away for 4 on the leg side.
Let's go, Annalyn! Come on! You have this, Annalyn! Let's go, Brooke!
Very Nickel leading the cheerleading.
Go, Brooke!
That's a much better delivery. There it is.
Keep going, Annalyn!
That was a clear ball. It went up here. Bro, look at what happened. That's head high. Yeah, but look. It bounced here.
Nice shot. Ariel on the offside. Lucy Deacon it is. Does the fielding. 2 more runs onto the total. Better length delivery. Jennings the fielder. Again, it's 2 full. Umpire signals no ball from square leg. No ball 4. Free hit, no free hits. Played away on the offside. One thing Merrion will be delighted is that they will have picked up one of the bonus points at this stage. And they may be on the brink of picking up another. I don't know how it works. I think it's 50 runs and 10 below, and I'm not looking up the regs. Two overs to go. Georgia Beattie to continue, and why wouldn't she? 1 for 6 from her 2 overs to date, I think. Let's see if the graphics make a liar of me. Nicely played out on the leg side. It's aerial, but it lands safely in front of the fielder. And they'll get back for a second. Nicely played away on the leg side. Crozier picking up a single. Oh. Didn't even occur to me.
You can see the Pembroke bench sitting down there in the first innings.
Well, the ball's spinning away from Lucy Deacon, but she kept a very close eye on it. Another single. At this stage, as the sun starts to peer beneath the clouds, and a bright orange it is too, and it's moving at some pace at this stage. Pulled away, Anna Beale leaves it for a teammate, Zoe Bell. Shot of the sun there now. Yeah, look at just how beautiful this is down here in Sydney Parade now. That picture is not doing justice to the bright orange of the ball of fire in the sky. We hope we'll see it again tomorrow. The women's thirds tomorrow on the main square. If you're at a loose end for something to do for the day, or if you like watching cricket on your computer at work, and you're allowed, there's a Super Series game on tomorrow in Railway. The top women players in the country come together. One over to go, and Merrion needs snookers. It's been a good win by the seconds tonight. It's all on the back of the run scoring of Isabel Jennings and Emma Mullin.
I will hold them down so you can beat the crap out of them if it happens somehow.
This one played up in the air. Oh, Lucy Deacon unfortunately couldn't hold on to it, but it's only a single. Played away on the offside. Anna Beale fields. Merrion getting closer and closer to taking another bonus point. This one hit out, down to long on, where Very Nickel does a very neat pick up and throw to keep them to a single. Just 3 balls remaining in this Sprint Coatings Division 2 game. No, it doesn't, unfortunately. You give out to me, and then that's your throw. I said you give out to me, and then you jog up to it and let them get 2. In the air on the offside, but safely. Zoe Bell pings it back into the keeper. Graham will call over and game, and that will be it. And Pembroke have won by 29 runs. I think that means that final shot means another bonus point goes the way of Merrion. And Lucy Deacon, unfortunately, putting that one down. Merrion end on 125 for 4 from their 20 overs. And ordinarily, you'd consider that a very good score. But they needed another 30 runs for victory. And that's a run and a half and over. And that's a fairly sizable amount. Pembroke will be delighted. Back onto winning ways. And thanking the umpires, as they should. Well, as the orange star disappears down Wilfield Road and the clouds come in like it's an episode of the Rocky Horror. Thank you for joining us this evening, those of you who have stuck with us this long. As I said, the next broadcast will be tomorrow evening when they'll be looking for a real commentator. So if somebody out there fancies doing a game, whether it be for the first time or the 31st time, come on down and commentate for the women's thirds. I'd like to thank Niall and Pembroke and Merrion for putting on a good game in front of us, and also wish those who were in disciplinary, may the outcomes be just, fair and right. Good night.